know to definitely start to utilize this tool because effective as of April 15th, this will be your defaulted view. Okay. Now we're not forcing you to use it. We're just trying to increase the adoption. You do have the option to turn it back off, but keep in mind if you decide to turn it off, eventually this will be the standard view for entering a listing into Bright. Okay. I don't have the effective date as to when they're going to turn off the older version, but like I said, definitely try to get to know it. We're going to talk about it today. Okay. All right. So the new listing management experience is created. Let me move this here.
Text from our neighbor saying we're casting it to their TV.
So let me
Stop the cast. We're good with Zoom, so that's fine. But the cast just.
oh my goodness.
That may have been the airplane feature.
Mm-hmm. All right. So cast.
For the cast.
Stop. There we go. It said it was on Porterhouse TV. Oh man. All right. Hopefully I stopped.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. It's a good Friday. It's a good Friday. It's all right. Rolling with the punches. So what I want to talk to everyone about is this new listing management experience. It was designed to help you work faster, smarter. We're all using ChatGPT. It's not a secret. So the responsiveness for this platform is basically to save you time. I know it sometimes can be challenging to find the words to describe a property or even add in a description for a photo. Okay, so we've added in some tools like the AI public remarks that provides you a tone, perspective, and a length for your public remarks. We also have a object detection feature when you're uploading photos, which will of course scan the photo and give you details about the photo that you actually uploaded. Okay. The great thing about this enhancement also is it's mobile responsive, meaning if you are out on the go and you're using your iPad, your iPhone, your Android, whatever it may be, you're not missing anything on the screen. It's literally optimized to whatever device that you're using. Okay. And I want to just go through that today. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of here because I feel like my slideshow is just being, all right. All right. So I'm going to sign into Bright. Let's back out of here. So of course, the new listing management experience is still within that listing dropdown. If you click that listing dropdown and select add and edit listings, there's some changes that have happened here. First, as you see here, of course, when you're managing your listings, it does look like this, but we've actually updated this dashboard. How does that look now? If you see right here, it says go to new experience. If you click go to new experience, as you see here, it's going to tell you what's available. It's a new mobile-friendly design, new filtering capabilities. Use Bright Promote. So, of course, there's an option here to promote your listings. You have new history display. And then, of course, you got the copy a listing and edit option that's coming soon as well. So, of course, you can try it out. Let's move this over. And this was literally released yesterday. So bear with me. I haven't clicked around enough in it. All right. So this is what it looks like. They still see it? Oh man.
Still casting to their screen. At least you know it works. We just chose the different option. So, mhm.
I clicked stop it and it didn't go. All right.
So ours is the Porterhouse TV, but we must be. I'm wondering if you're casting from more than one screen.
Oh, look at that. All right. Woo!
There you go.
Jasmine
I'm wondering if you're casting from more than one browser. Because remember, on one it was showing the background, and then the other it was showing this. So maybe
So let me
you have
close
more
that
than
one.
one open.
Let's just close this one out then. How about that? Because that's the only one I have open. Hopefully that's it. That's all I had open.
Okay. That's the torch back here.
All right. So this is great, actually. So let me confidently speak about this now. All right, so this new experience, as you see, has an awesome layout now. As you see, of course, you have I can see all of my drafts. I would say that this is your more modern look to technology now. And I think Bright is definitely keeping up. Okay, so right now we're looking at the grid view. You, of course, can go to a list view, which is similar to the legacy experience that you've all experienced, where it, of course, has the property address. The list price is not listed here because I did not add a list price for these properties. These are all examples. It has the MLS ID. You have these three dots here in your right-hand corner. If I did not click it, let's back it up here. All right, so when you click the three dots here, all right, so you have the option to delete the listing. It's still the same when you have a listing in that draft status. It does automatically delete. You have your history of your listing. You can still print the listing. You have the photos, documents, showing, open house details, and of course the location, right? You then, of course, can filter your listings. And this is, of course, a hot topic if you have office exclusive listings. So, of course, if you want to see office exclusive listings only, you want to see your drafts only here on your left-hand side. And of course, other listings, like say, for instance, you're a co-listing agent, you have that option to filter the listings that way as well. Above that, you have the option to filter your properties by, of course, the property type and, of course, status. And I think this is a long overdue experience because I know, of course, when you're looking at listings, you have to kind of scroll really far to find those previous listings that you've closed on or whatever it may be. So this is a new layout for managing your listing. You want to be sure that you turn it on once you visit the listings drop down here and click add and edit listings, right? Now, of course, we're going to enter a new listing, but of course, if you would like to go back to the old experience, you would just simply click on this toggle here in your right-hand corner. All right, and it says switch to legacy. Okay, but we don't want to make that a habit. We don't want to make it a habit. We want to definitely try to learn the new experience because, as I mentioned before, they plan to remove that old legacy version. Okay. All right. Any questions? How we feeling about that new look? I'm actually pretty impressed. I like it. I like it for sure. I'm like most agents. I don't really like too much change. And like, so let's go ahead and enter a new listing by selecting the new listing. And let's talk about again what you have access to. Again, you have access to a tone, perspective, and a length when you're selecting your AI remarks. You have 5 attempts, which we'll go through. Okay. Now, of course, after those 5 attempts, I would, of course, take your talents to ChatGPT because you only get 5 attempts to create AI remarks within Bright. Okay. But it's very important if you decide to use ChatGPT that you are making sure that you're in compliance with the fair housing rules. Okay. Bright still has those tools that are available within Bright, where if you mention, you might want to remove this information. Okay. So definitely make sure you're proofreading your information.
Make sure you're you're on the courthouse fine, huh? Mm-hmm. Yep.
I didn't touch anything.
Touch anything.
All right.
Keep going.
Okay.
Turn back on.
Just a quick monkey wrench. Ain't nothing too bad. All right.
Still see it on Zoom.
Okay. All right. So the first step that we're going to take, of course, is to locate our subject property. I will say my system is experiencing some issues locating tax records and previous times the listing was entered. Okay. But you should have the ability to still locate the tax record and the previous times it was entered, just like your existing listing assistant. Okay. So what has changed on the screen here? Of course, you still have the lookup tool where you can look up the listing by the address, tax ID, or proceed without tax record if the listing has never, of course, been entered into Bright. We've added in latitude and longitude. I am still waiting on the statistics as to how many agents have been using this. I kind of gave a little bit of pushback about this one. I was like, how many people are going to be using this? But the great thing about the latitude and longitude here is when you do enter the listing, it does provide those matrix for you. Okay. So if you do have a piece of land, it will provide that for you automatically. So let's go ahead and locate the subject property, 4008. All right, so I'm locating my subject property and it automatically pre-populated my latitude and longitude. Okay. Below that, you see my map here. And some agents, of course, definitely use the map to kind of set their targeted area for their homes, for their client, or if you're prospecting. So it's important that you make sure that this marker is in the right space. All right. Of course, you have the option to move it around. Okay. Definitely have the option to move it around. They did make the map a lot larger than the previous experience. And then you scroll down here. And on the left-hand side, you want to select, of course, the type of property that you're entering into Bright. We're going to go with residential sale. Okay. And let me see here. Let me scroll back to the top here and see if it'll pull in that data for me, because I want to show you how to find those previous listings. Okay, it's still not working for me. No biggie. All right. Roll with punches.
Question, babe, you said
Yep.
left?
Mhm.
Did ask you about the list, about the list?
Yep. So let me show you again. So you see how
I didn't go down.
that's all right. So you scroll down because the map is huge now.
Okay. That's-
Yeah, it's huge now. So you see how we got the property type here. So when you select them, they change colors. So if I decide to enter a rental, it'll change colors. If you want to see the additional property types, you'll click view additional property types here, which gives you access to those other options there. Okay. I might as well just turn this way if you guys can't see the screen, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. I got you. All right. Okay. Now, as you see here, listing assistant is on your right-hand side. So previously, of course, when we were looking for those properties that when the listing was previously entered into Bright, they will pre-populate here. As I mentioned, my system is acting a little wonky. So you'll see the tax record and any previous time that it was entered into Bright, which helps you still compile the previous listing data. Okay. We're going to scroll down a bit here. And then, of course, as you see here, if there is an abasement in that listing, it will automatically turn this information. But because this listing doesn't have a basement, it's not turning it on. If there's a fireplace, HOA, whatever it may be, you can turn those options on as well. If, of course, it has been added in the past couple of years. What I do want to encourage everyone to do here is, as you see here, it says set defaults. I highly suggest everyone setting up your defaults. The reason being is because these are the commonly asked questions each time you enter a listing into Bright, whether it's exclusive agency, you're showing details. And I'll actually click into it so you can all see it. Why is it not doing anything? Okay, there we go. All right. So it says set field details. How many of you all know about SkySlope? Good? Okay. So of course, if you decide to use SkySlope, you can actually set it as your default offer management tool here. Okay.
So we use Berbernet. I'm aware of Sky's, but we have an offer management.
Okay, good. So if you're using a different one, you just, of course, select custom. Okay, because it's not listed there. All right. You click that custom option there just so that it always appears when you're entering a listing, right?
Okay.
You got listing agreement type, mine is set to exclusive right, excuse me. Or of course, if it's exclusive agency, you select that option here. Now keep in mind, the mindset for these defaults are, this is the commonly used tools that you are, of course, filling out each time you have a listing. So usually the answer pretty much stays the same unless you scroll down here and you start to explore the seller details here. So sometimes your seller doesn't want the listing on the internet. They just want it in Bright. Okay. So that's when you, of course, make adjustments to that. You then have showing requirements. If you stick to the 24-hour notice, but again, that may change per the seller. Okay. If it's still occupied, it may not be 24 hours. It's appointment only, you know? So this is something that you will definitely more than likely change. Showing method type, you have in-person only. I just realized, Jasmine, you have it on the screen, so I don't even need it to be turned that way. You have showing contact type. We have agent, but of course you have a variety of options here that are listed that you can select from. Showing contact name, telephone number, and then you have your lockbox type. You have a variety of box options here. Of course, again, if it changes, just make the adjustments, but you want to just set the options that you usually use to help you save time. Because again, this enhancement is just to help you save time in general. Okay. Everything is automated now. We're using AI. So save yourself some time by setting these up. I'm going to go ahead and click Save Changes. And then I'm going to go ahead and click Create Draft Listing. Has anyone started exploring the search partner MLSs? No? Okay. We'll talk about it at the end. All right. So what has changed here on the screen? So previously your lookup tool was in your upper right-hand corner, where you would of course jump to those fields that you want to immediately fill out. It is now on your left-hand side where it says find a field or a value. The listing sections here, it still has a circle with a number indicating that those are the fields that you must fill out in order to have the listing published. Okay. I want to talk about the Media Center because this is a part of one of the enhancements. And let's go ahead and select photos. All right, so we're going to go ahead and click View and Add Photos. Make sure you read the Media Center notice. All right, you still have the options to upload from Google Chrome, Dropbox, OneDrive, and of course, directly from your computer. I'm going to click Browse from Computer, click to browse. But what I do want to point out here, it says Suggest AI-generated photo description. So if this is not turned on, it's not actually going to provide you a description for your photos. Okay, so if you turned it off once, it's going to stay off. All right, so definitely turn it on if you just want to see exactly what Bright has to offer. And then, of course, you can make adjustments.
I like the AI suggesting those. Saves you a lot of time.
Yeah. I'm going to click to browse. All right. So I'm going to upload 3 photos, holding down Control, and I'm going to click the 3 photos that I would like to upload at once. If you're using a Mac, of course, it would be Command and click if you want to upload multiple photos. I'm going to go ahead and click Open. And as you see here, it's scanning and processing the photos. As I mentioned, we've just recently enhanced this experience where it has an object detection. One of these photos here has it has 2 artifacts on the wall there, and I believe it's going to mention it there. So as you see here, elegant living room with modern flair. Previously, it actually had something else, but that tells you right there that it's not going to give you the same thing each time. Okay. And yeah, that's very good because previously I know everyone said that they were getting elegant as a word, which I did get elegant once here, but everyone said I keep getting elegant. Like it's not really elegant. So there's that. It has those descriptions there, but if you want to edit them, go ahead and edit. Click edit here. That's where this pen and paper is. And of course, you can set that photo as the main photo, edit the photo here, replace the photo, delete, and then here below it says description. So 39 characters out of 50. So that means you still have some room to add some details there, or you can personalize it yourself. Okay. Again, the idea is to help you save time. I know it's probably sometimes challenging to kind of add a description. It's just like uploading a photo on social media. Like, what do I make my caption? So you have that there, but I do want to point out the edit photo option here still looks pretty similar to the existing experience. Still have that crop feature here, rotating the photo, flipping the photo, adjusting the brightness. I know most agents, of course, use professional photos, so I know you guys probably aren't doing too much brightness, saturation, and contrast in here most of the time. Yeah. All right. And then look at that. Below here, it does, of course, give you the dimensions of the photo and, of course, the last time you modified it. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of here. Any questions about the uploading the photos or anything of that nature? Pretty simple.
I see the description. Does it sometimes also give you, say, the dimensions of the room, that feature?
The dimensions of the room? No, I think it's just giving you the dimensions of actually the size of the photo. That's it. Yeah. If you want dimensions of a room, my suggestion to you is to download, it's an app that's included in your subscription. It's called Cubicasa.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the one that we put in the group chat.
Explore Cubicasa when you get some time. It's free. When you start to request for fast turnaround times, that's when they charge you. But that's why, of course, we do it in advance to save us some money.
There you go.
Okay. So we're going to back up here and click the arrow. And again, make sure you fill out all these fields here. But my suggestion to you before we get to the AI remarks is fill out everything so that the AI remarks actually gives you a nice, robust description. Because if you fill it out now, it doesn't really have much to go off of just based off some of the things that I've uploaded here. Okay, so fill in the community information, utilities, the room features, whatever it has to offer or what's included in that listing, do that first and then use your remarks. Mhm. Mhm.
Will it do AI enhancements to the photos?
Not yet, no,
Not
not
yet.
there yet.
Okay.
That's a good one though.
Yeah.
That would be a good one. Because they just released the object detection. I think that would be a nice one. Why not? I'm gonna put that as feedback. I need to write that down.
So we
That's a
can
good
still
one.
do that with chat. So you just take
Yes.
the photo, you upload it into chat and you have it to, enhance it. Very important to know. You gotta instruct chat to get it back to the
Mhm.
exact same size that's optimal for Bright. Because if not, then sometimes the file sizes are too large. And if you try to upload it, it doesn't play friendly. So make sure I call chat my assistant, make sure to instruct your assistant to enhance it and then give you that specific size that.
Yes. I had someone use AI on my headshot
Mhm.
for a flyer, and I was like, now y'all, that does not look like me, but go ahead and advertise that. I was like, who's this?
Right.
Um, good feedback, Jasmine. I wrote that down. Building your rooms also in Bright when you're entering a listing is a little bit different. If you click room and features, you, of course, because I didn't use the previous tax record, I have to, of course, build the house from scratch. So if I want to add an upper level and add bedrooms, I'm going to go ahead and click add level. I'm going to put upper level. Okay. How many upper level bedrooms do I have? I'm going to say we have 2 upper level bedrooms. So I'm going to click the plus sign here where it says bedrooms. Bedroom number 1. If you want to add details to that, you click that edit option here. You get this pop out here on the right-hand side. Of course, you're identifying it's on that room level, the room type, and then you want to add in additional details. If the room, of course, if you want to add the dimensions, you're certainly open to do that. You have the room features. So say, for instance, the house has, excuse me, not the house, the bedroom has a fireplace, vaulted ceilings, things of that feature. You just go ahead and click it here. Vaulted ceilings, a ceiling fan, a fireplace. You add all those details, and then of course, you can close out of there and click Save Changes. So this is how you're building the house. Again, because I did not use the previous tax record, and previous times it was entered in Bright, it's not available here. But usually, of course, you can merge all that data and then make the adjustments. Okay.
Casa or dimensions of the room, does it feed into Bright?
So basically, you'll get the floor plans and you can upload it as documents within your listing. Yeah, that would be nice though. Everything just kind of like feeding. Listen, automation, I need to practice what I'm preaching, right? So I need to say, hey, Bright, we're promoting this Cubicasa. Let's get this to feed into Bright. That's a good one too. All right, all right. I like that. All right, I'm sorry. I have to make sure I type this out. Otherwise, I'll go home, start to log what we talked about and forget. I will say there is, if you are listing a home that has more than 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, that 4th bathroom will appear as just for full bathroom. So that's something that they're working on. I discovered that like two days ago. So if you have a huge home that you're entering into Bright and it has more than 3 bathrooms, if you try to add in that 4th bathroom, it's going to just appear as full bathroom. Oh, I got a question.
No, I was.
Oh,
Okay. Rose, to drop their questions.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. All right. So now, yes.
Elaborate on that.
What's that?
The 4 bathroom.
So it's a glitch right now. So say for instance, your home, the home that you're listing has 3 full bathrooms. Okay. If you just, 4 full bathrooms. It can even be a half bathroom. We could say half bathroom. So it has 3 full bathrooms and a half bathroom. If you want to add in a 4th bathroom, it's uploading as a full bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah. So like when you click, say for instance, like here, when I click half bathroom here, it's showing up as full bathroom. So that's a glitch. Hopefully it's ironed out like in the next 2 days because I'm certain it's spring market and I know a lot of people are entering listings. So if that's something that you run into, please let me know and I'll add you to an existing ticket. Okay. Let you know when it's done. Okay.
Is there a disclaimer in Bright stating that that's happening?
No.
That way the public, if they see something that's accurate, they don't jump down the agents through.
No, it's so fresh. I'm sure they'll probably iron that out. I think like a lot of the issues that they experience, we just continue to add whoever discovered it to a ticket so that when we eventually pull the fire out, we kind of just let it be. I think when we send blasts like that, it kind of shakes the room and people that aren't experiencing it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Um, good question. Very good question. I'll let you guys know when it's ironed out, though.
Thank you.
You're welcome for sure. Like I'll reach out to the product team directly because this is something that we're really promoting, as I mentioned, and I don't think ever I mentioned it on the call. This will be your default view effective as of April 15th. Okay. So definitely go in here, turn the new experience on, start to click around. If you're experiencing issues, please let me know. Okay. Please, please, please let me know. Let's just jump into the remarks and internet settings now. Now, as I mentioned, make sure this is the last step that you do, because as you see here, I have a lot of fields I need to fill out. So it's not going to be as robust, but it's going to give you good details about the property based on what I've entered, right? So to gain access to those AI remarks, you're just going to go ahead and click Generate AI Remarks. Review the terms and conditions. I never say just agree. Make sure you review it. And as I mentioned, you have a tone, perspective, and a length. Okay. Beautiful thing about using Bright is it usually gives you a description as to what they mean. So if you're anywhere within Bright, you'll either see a circle with an I or a question mark. If you see that, there is a description next to any term within Bright. Okay. All right. So we have warm and inviting tone. And we're going to click that drop down. And as you see here, perfect for residential properties. You got persuasive and engaging, professional and informal, concise and direct, descriptive and detailed. As I mentioned, you have 5 attempts. So you can test all 5 of them out if you want, okay? I'm going to go with warm and inviting because that matches my personality. Luxury perspective, I'm not going to go with luxury perspective, although this kitchen that I'm uploading here is pretty luxury, I guess, and modern. I'm going to click the drop down here, and you have investment oriented, community perspective, architectural design, location driven, and then of course buyer centric with all of the definitions under it. I'm going to go with buyer centric, and then you have long length, which is 1,500 to 2,000 characters. You have medium length, which is 1,000 to 1,500, and then you have short, which is 1,000 characters. Let's be clear. It's going in the public remarks. No one is reading long paragraphs. We live in a microwave world, but if you want to use long length, explore it. But we know everyone's not reading a lot of stuff now. So I'm going to go with short length. Okay. And we have 5 attempts. So we're going to go ahead and click generate 5. Now there's some people, of course, that like, to read a ton of information, but if it's in the public remarks, it's the consumer side. They're not going to want to, unless there's something hidden in there, So this one here is 980 characters out of 4,000. So you still have room to add in additional details if you want. To explore exactly what it has come up with, you'll just go ahead and click this arrow here. And as you see here, remember, I didn't add anything else. It's saying charming 1-bedroom residence. This is not a 1-bedroom home. So that's why I say it's important to make this your last step once you fill in everything. Okay. It's literally pulling in what you've put into the system here. If you say, you know what, I don't like this buyer-centric perspective, let's change it up. I think this is an investment opportunity. So we're going to go ahead and click this drop down here and select investment-oriented perspective. And then let's change it up here at the top, persuasive and engaging, and click generate. Letting that load. All right. So the next one here is 1,042 characters. Excuse me. You click this arrow here again to explore exactly what Bright has come up with. I also forgot to let you all know, this is actually sourced from ChatGPT. Our AI is sourced from ChatGPT. It just knows not to mention anything that will violate rights and rules and regulations. Okay. So that's the beauty of this here. So as you see here, it's giving the details about the property. I'm going to go ahead and go with option 1. And we're going to go ahead and click Save Changes. I've selected Save Changes. I'm going to expand the field here. And as you see, I have space here to make adjustments or, of course, personalize this. If you say, you know what, I actually want to go back and use option 2. You just go ahead and click Generate AI Remarks, and then go and select option 2, and then click Save Changes, which overrides the previous option that we selected. Okay. How we feeling? Do we have questions?
Excited that it's sourcing it right from Chat.
Yeah, very exciting, right?
Have all those different options in
Mhm.
terms of tone.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Keep in mind, of course, if you want to share the draft with your client, you have to fill out all the fields in order to utilize the share draft or preview draft options here. Okay. Now I'm going to, of course, make sure you guys know that, and I want everyone to use this for referral status, whatever it may be. I think we talked about this last time, but utilize the partner MLSs. If you click into your search menu here and come over here to your far right and select search partner MLSs, you have access to Beaches MLS. That's Broad County, Florida, Palm Beach. You got CRMLS, which is California MLS. You got FMLS, which is Georgia, and it looks like East Alabama. Miami MLS. MLS Now, which is Ohio and West Virginia. Northwest MLS, which is Washington State and Oregon. And Stellar MLS. If you click into these MLSs, it literally takes you to their system. I've never used this one. As you see here, it's going to make sure I agree to the terms. Click Accept. You're not creating a login name. You're literally gaining access to their system here. Okay, I've read this. Oof. This dashboard actually looks similar to a dashboard that we have in Bright. Interesting. So if I, of course, want to search into this MLS, I'll just click that search option and start to explore. This is great for referrals. I know a ton of people just go to Florida to retire. You got access to 3 MLSs in Florida.
Excellent.
You know?
Yeah.
So I said that dashboard looks like BrightMLS. Let me show you how it looks like BrightMLS. If I go to carts and favorite searches, it literally looks identical to what we just looked at. Very similar. Seems like everyone's probably using the same vendor.
Which is great for familiarity.
Yes, absolutely. So do we have questions? How are we feeling?
Excited.
Good.
Yes, I am so much.
And make sure we're turning on that new managed listings experience. So you may think that it's the entering a new listing. It's this option here. So let me turn it off. So right now, to try the new experience entering a listing is try new experience. Okay. And then, of course, go to the new manage experience. You click go to new experience, which tells you exactly what will be on the page and what's coming soon. This was literally released yesterday. So explore it. Let me know what you think. If you run into issues, hopefully I've played with it enough by then that I'll be like, oh, yeah, this is X, Y, and Z. But if you experience issues, please let me know because I need to, of course, add it to an existing ticket or create a new ticket. Okay. All right. That's all I got for you guys today. Any questions related to anything else within BrightMLS? Anybody experienced anything interesting lately? No? That's good. Everyone's happy. It sounds like everything's going smoothly. Yeah, I don't see anything there. No? That means everybody's happy. It's nice outside today.
Will you be kindly enough to drop your email?
Absolutely. Let me put it right here. I got it right here. I'm going to put it right here on the screen once I close this out. So here's my information. So it's my first name dot last name, Mariah.Jacobs@brightmls.com. I forgot I was on camera. But yes, that's our entire team there. So definitely let me know if you have questions. That's my direct telephone number and email address. Okay.
And you said call you anytime.
Yes, just not on the weekend. If you have technical issues, reach out to customer support. As you see how I struggled with that TV today, they'll let you know a lot. They'll let you know a lot. I know Bright, but other than that, you might be on your own. Send me a screenshot and I'll escalate it. Just being honest. I know the basics of technology. And your client disclosure form is still required for all your transactions. If you guys did not see it, we did separate those forms. So you got one for your seller landlord and one for your buyer tenant. All right. All right. I'm not gonna dabble into anything else, I know.
And you have 2 more minutes.
Okay.
So anything that would be pertinent, go ahead.
And we know about concessions, right?
Mhm.
This is a beautiful flow chart. Seller to buyer. That's the only time that it should be listed in bright. Seller to buyer, not listing broker to buyer broker, not seller to buyer broker, just seller to buyer. I know that has been a question, a very common question, because we had that flow chart where it said, oh, if the seller awards the buyer concessions and the buyer uses that money to pay the buyer broker fee, you include it. Yes, you do include it, but like that doesn't happen very often. They just had to mention it there. Being honest, like they just had to mention it there, but that does not happen very often. Okay. We talked about the additional MLSs. Keep in mind again, that listing management experience will automatically be defaulted on April 15th. I think that's next week.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so if you sign and you try to enter a listing and you're like, what's going on? It's because they turned it on. Okay. And then we know about the photo controls and the listing performance report, right? Does everyone know about listing performance report?
Sure.
Yeah, let's talk about the listing performance report here. So the listing performance report is a great report that you can share with your seller, letting them know exactly how their listing is doing amongst the listings on the market that are similar to their listing. It can be accessed anytime that you're looking at a listing, it'll have an orange and blue bar. That is, and it'll be abbreviated with Bright LPR. That is listing performance report. Okay. It's again, let me show you how you can get to it actually, because I feel like it's overlooked pretty often. So we're going to click the Bright logo to get back to the main screen here. And let's say, I want to do 24 hours. All right, let's do 3 days. Price decrease. Ooh, that's a lot of listings price decrease in the last 3 days, but it's not a surprise. Let's do this listing, EXP. All right, so when you click into a listing or your listing, you'll see this orange and blue bar and click it like so. Letting that load. All right, so this is a condo. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's in Montgomery County. It tells you the neighborhood, but below it tells you your listing data. All right, so it's telling you how many listing appointments you've had, how many times your listing was favorite, how many times it was sent in a direct email, 160 times, how many times it was in an auto email. And then below it has the average competitor listing, so how the other listings are doing. Below that, you have competitive market activity. Now, right now, we're looking at listing data within a 5-mile radius of this listing. Because it's a condo, let's just do like a mile. And honestly and truly, I wonder if I can do a half. No, let's just go ahead and do the mile. I don't even want to mess with the system today. Count on me to break something, so let me steer away from that one. So let's just imagine that this is a detached home, okay? So from a 1-mile radius from our subject property, it says there's only one active competitor, okay? It has a price range, the beds and baths, the property type, and of course the ownership. You can make adjustments to these parameters here on the right-hand side. Scrolling down, you get the competitive market activity for the last 28 days for all status types, broken down on a week-by-week basis. You have the MLS appointment activity for the last 28 days, your property versus the market average. How many appointments before contract. So your listing versus the market average. And it breaks it down for the last, I would say, last year. Okay.
That's excellent information. That's great insights to share with your seller,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you're talking about pricing strategy. If there needs to be some type of pricing adjustment or
Yes,
anything that they
very
need to
much.
do to enhance the listings itself.
It's even giving you the portal activity for your listing amongst the market average. And this listing looks like it's doing well. It's been favored a few times. So that's, of course, when you want to maybe reach out to those buyer agents. Okay. Now, if any of these reports don't apply to your client, or not even apply, but like aren't relevant, you can simply just go ahead and click include when printing and it grays it out. So when you do decide to either email it or print it out, it will not appear. It will not appear. What is going on with my
Yes.
what's going on this morning? You'll click either email or, so you can email it, of course, directly to your client, directly from Bright. Or you can, of course, select this print option, which allows you to save it as a PDF and then send it as an attachment, whatever your preference is. Okay. And this again is called the Bright Listing Performance Report, which can be located when you select your listing. It is the orange and blue bar here. Okay. You can do this for residential sale and residential lease properties. Okay. All right. All right, everyone. I had no questions, so I hope the pace was okay. I hope everyone, felt like you guys learned something today. Good, good, good. So I will see you all in like a month.
Mhm.
And then, of course, if you have questions in between time, please just let me know. Yeah. Yeah, I offer one-on-one coaching, so that's included in your subscription. And if you want to find my information on the website, it's under education, and then you select customer success coaches. And you'll find me under all those areas. I mentioned like you got Prince George's County, Southern Maryland, Northern Virginia, some parts of Northern Virginia. As you see, I have colleagues that are really, well, that's kind of like Southern, but yes. Okay. All right. Jasmine, thank you for setting this up. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I think we kind of